Imagine this. A 5-year-old in America is playing with a toy kitchen, flipping pretend pancakes, proudly yelling, "Dinner is ready." Meanwhile, a 5-year-old in China is sitting at a tiny desk, flipping through flashcards of multiplication tables and proudly yelling, "I can do 12 times 13? Who's winning at childhood?" Depends on whether you believe education comes from Lego bricks or math drills. In the US, toys are mostly about self-expression, fun, and creativity. A child can build a crooked Lego castle, give it a silly name like Princess Banana Palace, and everyone claps like it's modern architecture. The focus is on imagination, even if the end product looks like it survived an earthquake. In China, toys and games lean toward function. A crooked Lego castle isn't a sign of creative freedom. It's a sign someone should take an engineering prep course. Toys often double as educational tools. Think math puzzles, abacuses, or English alphabet toys. Parents ask, what can this teach my kid? Not just, will this keep my kid quiet for 10 minutes? Let's pause on Lego. In America, Lego is a way to build spaceships, dinosaurs, or whatever wild invention comes to mind. In China, Lego is secretly math class in disguise. Parents love that it improves spatial awareness and fine motor skills. American parents are thrilled if their kid builds a rainbow unicorn with 3 heads. Chinese parents nod approvingly if their kid follows the manual precisely, because following instructions is its own skill. One kid shouts, "Look, Mom, it's a flying taco truck." The other kid shouts, "Look, Mom, I followed steps 1 through 143 correctly." Both moms are equally proud, but for very different reasons. In the US, board games are about laughs, snacks, and maybe a little cheating when no one is looking. Monopoly night ends with someone flipping the board because Aunt Karen keeps buying up all the railroads. In China, board games carry a heavier weight. Go is one of the oldest strategy games in the world, and children who learn it aren't just playing, they're training their brains in patience, strategy, and foresight. It's chess times 10, with bonus points for looking serious while doing it. Even mahjong, though usually an adult pastime, is seen as a mental workout. Memorization, calculation, and quick decision-making, all wrapped up in the satisfying clack of tiles. Meanwhile, in America, the hot new board game might involve fart noises or launching plastic burritos at your sibling. Both bring joy, but only one gets you into Tsinghua University. American kids have Barbies, superheroes, and stuffed animals that talk. These toys teach storytelling, imagination, and sometimes unrealistic beauty standards. Thanks a lot, Barbie. In China, dolls and action figures exist too, but they're often joined by educational companions. Robot dogs that teach English vocabulary, dolls that recite Tang Dynasty poetry when you press a button, even toy storybooks that talk back when you answer questions. Imagine asking your toy bear for a hug, and instead it says, "Incorrect, the capital of France is Paris, try again." Here's where it gets complicated. American parents may complain about kids spending too much time on iPads, but those same devices are loaded with apps that are, at least technically, games. Coloring apps, Minecraft, or puzzle apps that call themselves educational, just to make parents feel less guilty. In China, screens are heavily policed. Games like Honor of Kings are capped with time limits for kids, and educational apps dominate the top charts. A 9-year-old American might be building a roller coaster in Minecraft, while a 9-year-old Chinese kid is on an app that teaches English vocabulary with cartoon pandas who scold you if you get it wrong. Fun? Yes. Stressful? Also, yes. Ask an American parent, "What did your child learn from playing today?" And they might say, "She learned teamwork by sharing blocks with her brother." In America, parents are comforted if play builds soft skills. Creativity, confidence, and collaboration are celebrated. Ask a Chinese parent the same question, and they might reply, "He memorized 50 new English words and practiced multiplication tables to level 3. In China, parents lean toward measurable outcomes. Did your child improve in math? Did they get faster at mental calculation? Can they recite a Tang poem without blinking? These are the badges of honor. American playgrounds are often chaotic jungles of slides, swings, and monkey bars. Parents cheer when kids just run around and be kids. Falling off the monkey bars builds character, eating dirt strengthens the immune system. Chinese playgrounds may look similar, but they often double as mini classrooms. You might see hopscotch squares with numbers in English, or climbing walls painted with multiplication problems. Play is subtly turned into learning, like sneaking vegetables into dessert. The kid thinks they're playing tag, but somehow they also memorize the 9 times table. Walk into a toy store in the US and you'll see aisles of plushies, Nerf guns, and art supplies. STEM toys exist, but they're usually one aisle among many. Walk into a toy store in China, and the educational section is practically the whole store. Rows of math games, language learning robots, and science experiment kits. Even the puzzles seem designed by rocket scientists. An American child leaves the store with a squishy unicorn. A Chinese child leaves with a chemistry set. One will make slime, the other might make an actual volcano. Of course, both cultures secretly admire each other. American parents look at Chinese discipline and think, wow, maybe if my kid learned more math, I wouldn't panic at their report card. Chinese parents look at American playfulness and think, wow, maybe if my kid relaxed a little, they wouldn't look stressed at age 7. And then both sets of parents go home, complain about homework, and wonder if the other side has it figured out. Spoiler, neither does. Childhood is messy, confusing, and depending on the toy aisle, full of either plastic burritos or multiplication flashcards. At the end of the day, toys and games are reflections of what societies value. America treasures independence, creativity, and self-expression, so toys are vehicles for imagination. China treasures discipline, education, and achievement, so toys become early prep courses for the future. But here's the secret twist. Both are educational in their own way. Learning how to build a flying taco truck with Lego is a lesson in innovation. Learning how to memorize multiplication tables is a lesson in discipline, and maybe the perfect childhood lies somewhere in between, where a kid can build a crooked castle then calculate its square footage. If you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe to our channel, The Culture Clash Cafe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new content.